Hi everyone, my name is Kenneth del Rosario. I'm a special features writer at the Philippine Daily Inquirer. The video that you're about to see is a video of myself conversing with my fellow media practitioners, Sheryl Song of Space Magazine, the editor-in-chief, and Ron Pecho, the segment producer of TV shows such as Umagang Kay Ganda, Kabuhayan Swak na Swak, UrbanZone, and many, many more. So I hope you learn a lot from what we talked about. We're so sorry we couldn't be there with you today, but I do hope you learned something new today, and we hope that you invite us again soon and actually meet you guys. And good luck with the school paper. Thank you.
What made you pursue a career in publishing, particularly in newspapers?
Well, as you know, I graduated as a BS Development Communication, major in journalism sa UTS Finance. So, ako, even before I really wanted to write, it's really my passion, mahilig ako. And even before, mahilig na ako magbasa ng newspaper, magazines. I'm not much of a TV guy talaga even before. And I think I'm pretty good at what I do. But actually, minsan pag may nakikita ako mga articles na nasulat ko, before natatawa rin ako kasi it's very amateurish pa rin. Pero I did notice na medyo nag-improve siya. And I do enjoy the deadlines, the interview, sourcing of information, then actually writing about it, conceptualizing about the articles. And then the best part is when you actually see the article get published. Parang nanganganak eh. Every single time. Even now, that I've been doing this for 6 years at Philippine Daily Inquirer, whenever I see my article get published, it's still parang, ang sarap na feeling. Parang all the hard work has paid off, all the sleepless nights. Because may mga articles na madaling sulat, may mga articles na mahirap pag-isipan, talaga. But just the same, when you see it on paper, parang, salamat.
When you were hired by Inquirer, what was the first position that was given to you?
Actually, I was not hired as a writer the first time. I was hired as an editorial production assistant, which is more of yung nagle-layout ng pages, pipili ka ng photo, or pag masyadong mahaba yung article, you have to cut it. Not particularly as a writer nung una. Pero, even though I was not a writer sa the position before, I was given writing assignments na. So even before that, for 9 months, I was an editorial production assistant with writing assignments. Then nagkaroon ng opening na as a writer, then I applied.
Oh, you had to apply.
I had to apply kasi
how many years did it take from being an editorial production assistant and then finally you applied?
9 months. Only because after 9 months nagkaroon ng opening.
And that was the line that you really wanted to go with.
That's the goal even from the start, and hopefully later on editor and stuff.
So right now you are...
Right now I'm a special features writer. Basically I write about condominiums, hotels, sometimes motoring, sometimes about business, lifestyle, basically everything that's featured, not the hardcore
news, right?
We have a separate reporters.
Nor sports.
Not
Sports, nor entertainment.
Not much on
like
entertainment.
So it's travel, motoring.
Sometimes about gadgets.
Gadgets also.
Condos, real estate.
Real estate. That's cool.
How about you when you read a newspaper? What do you look for? What do you read? What section
What
do
are
you
you
read?
interested in? Yeah.
Well, if I grab a newspaper, I really started to find the lighter news. I always started from the back portion of the newspaper. Then, alam mo yun?
What section? Entertainment?
I always started sa life and life and style, of course. That's what I'm doing with the television right now. And ayoko kasi yung from ang bigat-bigat ng story. Just like yung ginagawa namin sa TV. Na when you write, you have to start it like mababaw muna, pabigat na pabigat ang story. Hanggang sa you have to end it, dapat climax agad. Matatapos ka sa yung climax na, oops, ganun pala dapat. Just like in writing, of course, you have to hit your market first.
Parang kanta lang, di ba?
Diba?
May transition pataas.
That's it. This is how...
But what kind of topics are your viewers interested in? Yeah, you mentioned life and style, but this is like home and gardening or
Babies.
Parenting.
I love the lifestyle nga, yung fashion,
Beauty.
ganyan.
I see.
Entertainment as well.
So, but like, in your shows, like,
Travel, of
Yeah,
course.
Travel.
because I have my trip na trip, it's ABS-CBN, this is a travel. I also have my UrbanZone, this is a lifestyle.
And
for homes and
For homes,
businesses.
yes, just like yours. I also have my business, which is the UrbanZone as well. I also have like the infotainment, which this is the Umagang Kay Ganda. So Ken, as a writer, how do you connect to your readers?
Ako kasi yung style ko, I want to really keep it simple. Even just to the basics, even doon sa writing itself, one idea per sentence. That's what I learned. Even yung sa pag-isip ng lead. Of course, for example, sa isang hotel like this, Casablanca Hotel here in Subic, there's so many things that you can focus on. You can focus on the curtains, you can focus on the beautiful tables, you can focus on the beautiful pool. Pero for me, it's what strikes me the most and what I think will grab my reader's attention at the very first sentence pa lang ng pagbasa. And I don't try to, of course, every writer has his own style of writing. But I just try to keep it simple. I don't like using mga jargons and yung mga hard words. Gusto ko easy reading. Yung parang pag nakikinig ka ng radio, gusto mo yung tuloy-tuloy yung pakapakinggan. You don't wanna turn the radio from one station to another. Kasi ang trend ngayon sa newspaper, and I think sa publishing in general, it's less on
Plot?
yes, but yung length ng article, gusto nila more on visuals talaga eh. Very visual ngayon. I would sure you would agree.
Yes.
Especially sa magazine. But so we try talaga na medyo wag masyadong mahaba yung articles. In fact, kung talagang maraming info, we try to chop it down to 2 or 3 articles if that's what's needed. Basta kailangan may intindihan, wag mabobore ang readers. Sige, pag ang mga readers, pag after 3-4 paragraphs, sometimes mag-skip na yan eh. So, at least nabasa na nila yung pinaka-importante bagay doon. Which you really want to say. Well, sa Inquirer, of course, we have our own style eh. Have our own writing, what do you call that?
Writing style.
Writing guidebook.
Yeah.
We have that our forefathers in the Inquirer has written before. So we actually have people who check our style, not just the grammar, but the style, even yung paglagay ng comma, paglagay ng apostrophe, which is, depende yun, that's per publication.
Yes.
How about naman sa Space Magazine, Sheryl? How is it different? I'm a writer, but as an editor of a magazine that deals on design and travel mostly, how is it different? Anong responsibilities mo that are different from a writer?
Well, I started also as an editorial assistant. So basically, you have to be the jack of all trades. You would have to learn how to write simple things from photo captions to lengthy articles to just press releases. But I think the main difference of a writer and an editor is that an editor's mindset is, as the name implies, is to edit. You have to not just to shorten lengthy articles, but you also have to be able to be that voice of the magazine. You know, like you have to unify the writing styles of these different contributing writers.
Marami. So
that you include in the magazine.
Maging shapsul yan,
It can't be that, for example, one writer is writing a review and then the other is, just doing experiential writing and then the other one is just plain news reporting.
Correct.
Well, like the variety can be accommodated in the magazine, particularly Space, but then the tone, the voice and the tone has to be united.
Correct.
Yeah. So I would say that it's quite difficult to transition from being a writer to an editor, because once that you learn how to cut these materials that you use, you also learn how to do your photo selection. Like sometimes you want to put so much photos in, but then you only have a spread, so there's no space.
Correct.
Right?
So you have to choose the most
Yeah, the most
beautiful
important,
one.
like what you mentioned. Like we also have our own style guide to follow.
But I'm just curious because kami sa Diaryo, our readers are the general public.
Yes.
Sa trip na trip, medyo yung mga mahilig sa travel.
Yes.
But, how do you write na medyo focused, na alam mo na magbabasa ng States Magazine are the people who actually...
We're interested in
or
this.
Kasi sa amin medyo dapat general eh.
Yeah.
Are you allowed to use more jargons? when you write about a particular
so.
genre?
But we have to explain whatever jargon we use. For example, we use an industry term. For example, we use the word trompe-l'œil. It's a French word for.
I don't even know that.
No, yeah, but we can use that because, like, for interior designers or
Alam
architects,
nila
they
yun.
would know what it is. But we have to explain what it is. It's a kind of painting on the wall that has a 3D effect. So we have to explain something like that. I think in a way also we educate the readers. Like we let them know that these terms exist and
Something new every day.
something new every day. Yeah. So they learn that okay, so that's what it's called. They don't have to describe it so lengthily, but there is actually a term.
What's the hardest part? Kasi ako, of course, sa dyaryo and I guess sa magazines, sa publication, I don't know sa TV.
Yes.
But after writer kasi parang the next progression na is editor unless you want to be a columnist or whatever. Pero what's the most difficult thing naman as an editor? What's hindi a writer probably doesn't know about? You've been doing space for 3 years.
Well, I think it's in the start. From the start, you have to have a theme for the whole issue, and there are too many things to feature and write about. But sometimes you have to know what will make the cut.
Okay.
You have to. There's so many articles or features that you want to accommodate, but you have to stay in theme. So sometimes it's hard to say no to people, and even when some writers pitch stories to you and they're really very passionate about it, but you have to learn how to say no to them also because it doesn't go in theme. And like I mentioned kanina, you have to unify the whole magazine. You have to have one voice. You have to have one voice and like one tone for the whole issue.
May I add na, actually, na-mention mo na, hindi naman lahat ng articles and photos magkakasya sa isang issue. Especially sa space na four times a year. Sa amin, and that is why we have what we call a bank, an article bank, a photo bank, of course. Kasi nga yung mga, syempre, I think in my case, about 80 to 85, maybe 90% lang ng article ko yung nagagamit. Some of them actually are not used.
To the bank.
They
Goes
just
to
go to
the
the
future
bank.
list.
Yes.
Yeah.
Well, of course, there's an advantage and disadvantage, advantages, of course, pag kailangan mo na ng article, it's already there.
It's already
Basically,
there.
a bank, you just withdraw. And, syempre, as a writer, minsan, when you write something, you want to see it na agad eh. But then again, it will see the light of day. But pag tumama na sa theme, that's how it goes.
I just remembered now, like you asked like what was difficult about being an editor. It's very simple, but it's actually collecting all these articles. Asking from your photographers and writers to submit on time.
Deadlines!
Deadline, I think it's very crucial in the publishing line of business, yeah. You have to be on time. Well, I understand most, especially for newspapers, because it's a daily thing. So, sorry ka na lang kung
If
hindi
you don't make the cut,
sorry. At least for magazines, a little bit more maluwag.
Correct.
But sometimes it's a headache. So, for all aspiring writers, please don't give your editors a headache.